Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
We're just a couple of kooky, crazy kids in love that love reacting to some Monster Hunter.
Yeah, it's monster time.
Monster Hunter Wilds launch trailer came out, and we're going to check it out today. If you want all of our Monster Hunter reactions, we got a playlist for you down below in the description of this video. You should check it out after you check this video out, of course.
Yeah.
Ready to do this?
Ready.
Okay. Ooh. Those are the monsters that we like. Those are the cool new ones. Ooh. Oh, beautiful.
What was it? It was like part jellyfish, part dragon.
Yeah, it was like translucent.
Ooh.
I love the ice ones.
Is that the great season of plenty has arrived.
Yes!
And we can share in it together.
Food porn.
I've selected you as a lead hunter.
Are those giant cinnamon rolls you're eating?
It's not much of a lead.
Oh, now I
but
want
it's
cinnamon
the best
rolls.
one we've got. You're gonna sit and cry or get up and help.
Yeah, let's do it!
My vote is to save as many lives as possible.
Yeah.
I had no idea just how big the world is. Hunter, what even is that thing? It's not like any Rathalos I've ever seen.
I'm unique, bitch. Pigeonhole me. Ooh.
Oh.
Is that a Rajang?
What was that?
Oh, the tongue. Getting very close to the Star Wars theme song.
Oh man.
Oh, not Star Wars. I was thinking Superman.
Yes. And I was hearing the same song that you were thinking of, and I still went along with the idea of Star Wars. Oh, fun.
Mm-hmm.
Flying feline incoming!
Use of the monster's attack to set it off.
Like the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Ha!
Hit you.
Ooh. Big ass ball.
I don't know which of us is worse.
Stand witness to how its existence unfolds.
Dun, 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 dun.
Fun.
Yeah. Ooh. Baboon one.
Oh, it's the new ones.
First free title update. Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah, the bubble one. Damn. Just like the montage of monsters, the monster montage that they showed. So I can't even imagine being like a long time like Monster Hunter like player, like just getting that like montage and how that would have, because like it hyped me up, you know.
I love how you called it the montage of monsters. I'm just like, ooh,
Yeah.
like
Good
how-
alliteration.
how epic. That was very nicely said.
Nice.
So there were some in there where I recognized them and I was like, oh, we've seen this guy before.
Yeah.
And then there were some new ones that, I mean, I don't know if they'll be new to those of you who actually play it and obviously are more familiar with all of the monsters than we are. But for me, at least, I was like, I don't think I've seen that one before. And one of them was sort of like, I don't know, almost looked a little bird-esque, and it sort of had a beak, but the beak reminded me of like a bug's like
Yeah.
jaws. I was like, I feel like I would have remembered that one, and that's very creepy and weird and fascinating at the same time. I loved the sort of like grand scale that they presented this with. You know, Monster Hunter has always seemed a bit larger than life in terms of the content that we've seen, but I don't know. I feel like they really rolled out the red carpet for it this time around. They're like, yeah, we're gonna go big with this. This is gonna be big and epic and just, I don't know. I felt like very heroic too. You know, like how many lives can we save? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is that like I thought it was a really effective and well done launch trailer because in addition to showing like all the monsters, which is kind of like the main thing that like brings us to the table, is like really looking forward to seeing these monster intros. I've said it before, but I just can't wait. I think they're gonna be just maybe some of the best ever. And
Ooh.
yeah. Oh, I'm putting the pressure on. I'm putting the pressure on already. But then they showed the story, like they teased
Yeah.
the story as well, which again, just from what our familiarity with Monster Hunter is, you know, the story has never really like driven us to this franchise or anything like that. But so like it was interesting that they put more of an emphasis, it seems like, in this trailer, or like even in this game itself, like on the story, than we have seen, again, just from my familiarity with it in the past. So they got the story, they got the monsters, and then also at the end there, they put in the weapons and the different weapons that you can use and take the monsters on. And, you know, I always think of it like kind of as, you know, more like medieval and just like the big ass swords. And, you know, they got the big ass bow as well. I think they saw like little gun the dude had is in their like makeshift, I don't know, cannon.
Well, I thought I saw, and like as I'm about to say this out loud, I'm beginning to realize how absurd it sort of sounds. And so I probably didn't see what I thought I saw, but it really did look like one of those weapons was essentially like a circular table saw on the end of something that was like, I don't know, and it was like glowing red or pink or something. I don't know. I'm realizing this sounds probably absurd, but like that's what it looked like. I was like, dang, do they have like a table saw sword? I mean, we'd seen a
Table
chainsaw
saw
sword
sword.
in Doom, so I'm like, I don't know, did they like
Warhammer 40K.
That's what I meant, Warhammer 40K. So like, do they take that and just go like, well, we see your chainsaw sword and we're gonna raise it a table saw, so there. But going back to what you were saying in terms of the story, I'll admit, and you already kind of illustrated our essential bias here because we haven't played the game directly, but we've reacted to content. To me, the draw has always been, and what also feels like they've been aiming for with the draw has always been monsters. Then you got like your palicos, your humor, your adorability factor, and your food porn.
Yep.
And then my story was somewhere down here.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have told you anything about any of the stories. It's people killing monsters. That's the extent of it. I don't know why. I mean, some of them are scary. But this, I don't know, this made it seem a lot larger. And it's like, now if you were to ask me, yeah, sure, it's still people killing monsters. But I'd be like, well, they're doing it to save lives. Like
But
they've
with a
got to,
purpose.
you know, they're trying to save people and conserve life. And like, this is their mission to like get rid of the scary monsters so that they can live in harmony with like the herbivores. And, you know,
I think that kind of is what the Monster Hunter has been about. As far as I remember from the comments or whatever, people were talking about like, oh, it's kind of like ecological and like you're killing these monsters, but it's also to like preserve the, you know, ecological surroundings and like get rid of the bad monsters that are destroying everything.
The dick
and
monsters.
Yeah, the dick monsters. Yeah.
But I mean, like, I think this is the first time where that's actually entered
Stuck,
my
yeah.
sphere of knowledge. Whereas before, there's never seemed to be a like, hey, this is a really cool and epic story through which you can kill monsters and have some adorable cats. But like, you know, there's never been a driving force behind the story there, which I feel like they did now. And I'm curious if that's something because as the game as a whole, they're going to put more emphasis on the story and that's sort of an evolution in the game that like, you know, Monster Hunter's been around for years and now we want to focus on the story because we know we have great monsters. And so what's next for us to be challenged with? Or if the story has always been there, but they want to expand their audience, be like, look, we've got gamers out there who don't think that we're anything worthwhile because we're just killing things. And like, actually, there's a point to this and we've got a really great story and they should check us out. They just don't understand that they should do that yet. And therefore we have to.
Yeah, I might try to be bringing in people like us, the more casual gamer, because from what I have heard about Monster Hunter is that it's grindy, it's hard, and yeah, and so like because you gotta like really like build your character up to take on these like epic monsters, and you know, get your armor up, get your weapons up, and like, you know, also the taking it on with your friends, like to join up and like take down a big monster. So
That's cool.
maybe with the story they're trying to bring in like the more single player that people just like, they're playing just not online, and maybe are like also like the people that like want kind of like a story focused game. So might be trying to branch out and reach more people while also, but see, when games tend to do that, the problem is then they lose their base and they lose like exactly what made the game special and unique in the first place and what made the game cool. This didn't seem like that, at least, so far. It doesn't seem like they've lost that. They're just like, no. It's still big monsters. It's still about, being a badass and like, and building yourself up and taking on these big monsters with your friends. Because I think we saw another video that like was like about the co-op and everything like that. It's just like, like this is just another like little, hey, there's another little side thing for people like to like bring them in. But like, don't worry. We still know what our game is about. We're just like adding to it. That's what it felt like, at least. Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want to see all of our Monster Hunter reactions, we got a playlist for you. Thanks so much for seeing our reaction for Monster Hunter Wilds launch trailer, but you keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.